All right, we are getting the Mars-Saturn conjunction here. Wanted to pop on live with you guys. So if we take a look at exactly where the Earth is right now, it's right here. And we just had the solar eclipse where the moon was exactly opposite the sun here. And now we are seeing Mars conjuncting Saturn. Whoa. Getting some wonky internet here. All right, so we're getting Mars conjuncting Saturn. They're almost exactly on top of each other. We have about another day here before it is exact. But Mars is the planet of action and the ego, as well as the unfortunate word WAR. I'm glad we haven't seen any major events related to WAR. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube because things are getting so weird. We also have Saturn here, which represents limitation, hard lessons in reality. But these two planets can give us a big, healthy dose of ambition and resilience and ability to break through challenges. So that is giving us a lot of energy right now. Now, the question is this going to give a lot of positive energy for the markets? That is debatable. We'll take a look at the markets here in a second. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart. We also have later this month these two very important planets here. Jupiter, I mean, look at how massive this planet Jupiter is. Huge planet, represents abundance and expansion. And then Uranus, this much smaller planet, representing technology, unpredictability, and the maverick energy. I kind of think of entrepreneurs when I think of maverick energy. So, yeah, could this be a big expansion of technology, artificial intelligence? But in our individual lives, it could be a big expansion, a major new chapter of blazing our own path. Maybe starting a business, being a trailblazer, going off and doing something on our own journey. It's more of an individual type planet. So yeah, kind of going out there and going after what we want to do, being that maverick in the world, and Jupiter is expanding that energy. So if we click the play button, we're going to be seeing that later this month. As you see, Jupiter is going to get closer and closer until it is exactly over that planet, Uranus. And the amazing thing is this happens almost on the exact day of the Bitcoin halving. All right. I'm just going to leave that there for y'all. And I'm going to come out with a video soon that talks about this incredible event, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and how that coincides exactly with the Bitcoin halving and what that might mean. All right. Let's take a look. Let's close this here. Let me know what questions you guys have in the chat. Okay, now we have Bitcoin here. And as you can see, let's zoom in. You know, yesterday we got this daily close, very bullish daily close at 71,636 about. But then we got this dump here. That could be due to the Mars-Saturn conjunction. It's debatable. But let's see how far this dump was in total. 6%. All right. That's a healthy dump right there. Pretty normal in crypto markets. So nothing to get worried about. But we do have... It did close above this dotted line here. Now, this dotted line is the previous all-time high back in 2021. And I could show you that real quick if you like. We could zoom out. Boom, boom, boom. See if the internet loads. Yeah, so it's this previous all-time high we had back there. And we closed above that yesterday, even with that dump. So that is good news. Yeah, we really want to stay above that level, this dotted line. And today we are dumping further. Let's see, we want to definitely... I mean, if we can, we want to stay above this purple line, which was this previous swing bottom there. If we look at the weekly chart, this gives us a bigger picture of what's going on. We are still in a very bullish setup here. As you can see, we went up, we got a higher low, we got another higher low, and we're still heading up. All right, so it's not super concerning until, what would be very concerning is if we broke below, you know, this level right here, which is at 64,451, about there. If we went down there, then that would create a lower low, which would not be good. We want to continue to see higher lows moving up, such as like this. I mean, we could even go down to like 66,000 and before heading back up again. That's certainly possible. Now, this blue line to the right here kind of represents kind of basically what the astrology is showing for this month, is that we are getting solid Bitcoin astrology until around April 20th, and then things get a bit more dicey after that, so we could get a dump. That's certainly possible. I've been talking about that over and over. Now let's take a look also at one of the strongest altcoins here. Oh boy. And we are seeing a dump with Solana right here. Now, one thing, let me clean this up a little bit. So, wait, I don't want to. Okay. So we headed up, you know, the last couple weeks, headed up to 204. And then we just dumped, you know, the last couple weeks. Wait, no, I guess the last week or so. Let's see how far this dump is. 17% dump, a nice healthy dump there for Solana. Now let's look at the daily. So we were, you know, back here in March, we were getting higher low, and we were heading up nicely, but then we just got this other correction. Not necessarily to worry too much about this, because we're still, I mean, we're getting pretty low here. But let me show you guys, if we go back for those Solana investors, if we go back to see when a similar type action was happening, it was around these levels here, where, you know, we got this peak, we got a lower high, and then we kind of were bouncing around here. This is almost, seems like we're kind of almost around this area perhaps. Or even, we could even be in this area there for Solana. And what happened is we saw this dump, and this looked very bearish, and it probably scared a lot of people out of the market potentially, because it did go below this level, but it only bounced down there for about 1 day before it started heading back up. So it's certainly possible we could see something like that again. So for Solana, could we see that similar pattern? And it could look something along the lines of this. You know, could it dip below this area? Could it get below 160 before marching back upwards like that? That is certainly possible. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right. So let me look at your guys' comments here. Do you think Bitcoin or cryptos in general will skyrocket from April 20 onwards? That is a mixed bag. We are seeing pretty bearish astrology for Bitcoin, so we could actually see a dump after the April 20 halving. But then after a dump, a lot of the altcoins are looking really solid in May. So could we get a blow-off top altcoin run in May? That's what I'm leaning towards with what I'm seeing so far. All right, what astrology software was that? It's called Scope. All right, so if you guys want to download that. Some are also saying that cryptos or Bitcoin will crash a little bit because taxpayers need to liquidate to pay their taxes on the 30th. Oh, that is totally possible. That actually lines up with the astrology because we're seeing some negative astrology around May 2nd, which is very close to April 30th. Absolutely. We could definitely see a nice little taxpayer dump there. Good point. Good point. I think you made a good recommendation for Solana. One YouTube channel is able to channel humans in 2030, and this human in 2029 or 2030 said Solana is the top 3 coin in their time. Whoa, that is really interesting. Cardano is also a good coin. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I am bullish. That sounds good because I'm very bullish on Solana and Cardano. Let me ask, was this a near-death experience type video where someone I'm actually watching a lot of near-death experience. It's called NDEs, where people actually die and they actually, believe it or not, they go to the other side and they see all these, sometimes they see future visions of the future, which is very interesting. All right, you were in my face and feed and I am lost when it comes to Bitcoin and investing, but I can learn. Okay, so maybe I'm popping up on your feed because, yeah, maybe it's time for you to learn about Bitcoin and maybe even astrology. So stay tuned, keep watching and keep learning and continue to ask me questions. All right. Beautiful. So this is what I'm thinking for Solana, and Solana is very bullish heading into May, at least for the astrology. Oh, I have to say really quick. So this is not financial or investment advice. None of this is intended for financial investment. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Have to say that, not a financial advisor. Okay, so I was going to take a look at a few other things here. Oh, yes. Exchange volume, guys. This is very important. So this is the daily exchange volume. Not many people talk about this, but this is very, very important. As you can see, recently we have peaked out with the exchange volume. Around, let's see, we peaked on this area, March 10th. And then ever since March 20th, we've been just falling. All right. The last time this happened recently was back in, right around the Bitcoin ETF approval. And then the exchange volume just fell off. Now let's see what happened. This was around, January 12th through February 8th until it bottomed out. Let's take a look at the last time that happened. Take a look at Bitcoin. Whoa, Bitcoin is continuing to dump. But like I said, it could even go down to 66,000 before heading up. So I'm keeping that in mind. All right, so I was going to look at, we're going to go back in the history books. Look at, this is the ETF approval. This is where exchange volume was going crazy. A ton of people were probably jumping on exchanges to buy Bitcoin at the peak here. And then what happened? Exchange volume dropped off. And look at, the price also dropped off. And I said until February 8th. That's here. All right, so what happened? Markets dumped and they just kind of traded sideways. But then once exchange volume started going back up, then markets price volumes or price action started going back up. So that's right around here when the volume started going back up and the prices really, and then we hit the all-time high around this area. But what's concerning, well, it's not necessarily concerning. This is pretty normal behavior for crypto markets. We're just falling down here. And that's why we're seeing dumps in the market. So what we want to see is something similar to back here where we start bottoming out and we create a base here. And this is typically periods that are great times to accumulate. So I am planning to buy this, this area as we continue. But we really want to build a base. We don't want to continue just dumping off like crazy. So I'm going to keep a very close eye on this for you guys, okay? Let me know what questions you guys have about that. Let's see. Okay, now for the main event, the Bitcoin astrology. Hit the like button for the Bitcoin astrology today, and definitely subscribe if you're new here. Be coming out with more Bitcoin and Solana astrology videos, as well as Ethereum. Let me know if you guys want an Ethereum astrology video coming up soon. We could make that happen. All right. So we have this Saturn-Mars conjunction happening right now, and it's exact in 1 day from now, 24 hours. Happening at 14 degrees there. One thing that's nice is that yesterday, whoopsies, yesterday we had, let me use this new tool that I got here, fancy new tool. So here's Mars at 13 degrees, and this actually made a nice sextile to the Bitcoin sun there. As you can see, Mars is at 13 degrees and the sun is at 13 degrees. Once again, draw this line there, and that creates a sextile, all right? And that is a positive transit there. So that's good news for Bitcoin and crypto that they are getting a positive transit. In fact, if we look at the Bitcoin astrology, I talked about this recently, we're getting a very, very nice Jupiter sextile Uranus. I guess that was yesterday. All right, so we're getting very positive astrology. So if we're dumping a little bit, but we shouldn't go too much further. As you know, we're getting this Mars sextile, the Bitcoin sun, like I mentioned. And we're also getting this long-term positive transit all the way through April. This is Uranus trining the Bitcoin Saturn on April 19th. So if we go to the 19th, we look at Uranus right here. And that is, wow, I mean, that is around the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction. So that's looking pretty positive. We're getting this harmonious, this Uranus trining the Bitcoin Saturn there, because the Saturn's at 21 degrees as well, and Uranus and Jupiter at 21 degrees. So very positive. That's why I am still feeling quite bullish for April, other than the second half of April, because there is also a negative transit that's going to be happening with the Bitcoin Neptune here. Is once Jupiter gets to 22 degrees, then it's going to get this square with Neptune right there. So 22 degrees, and Neptune's at 22 degrees. So we got to keep our eye out for that, and I will keep you guys updated with that, what we're seeing with the price action. All right, so giving you guys the goods today. Hope you guys like this video. Let's see if we have comments. Okay, yep, we're getting more comments here. Channel's name is Pamela. All right, let me clean up the screen real quick. Okay, it looks like you're mentioning the NDE podcast. Very cool, very cool. Very into NDEs lately. The near-death experiences podcasts are going very viral right now. All right, so Jack, you're the only astrologer I even trust. Can you tell us about the broader market and maybe even a Tesla update? Please and thank you, my friend. All right, I could come up with a new Tesla video perhaps. And I mean, the macro market updates is, you know, things are just continuing to head upwards. You know, good news. We're still bullish. Markets are still bullish. You know, we are getting this Saturn-Mars conjunction, and, you know, we are seeing this dump here. So far, it's holding up strong. And, you know, the macro is still bullish. We are, you know, we're starting to pause out a bit, though. So that is a little bit concerning. The Russell 2000 is still not getting this pump up that we need. Crypto needs this pump up, this big arrow here. We need to pump up as soon as possible. And if we don't, we could get a healthy correction. And I'll have to do another video on exactly how much that correction could be. But, you know, perhaps it could be something, perhaps it could be, you know, 5%, 9% dimp. Let's see how much we're getting so far. Right here. We're only getting 3%. I mean, so we could definitely go further than that. We could definitely, maybe we get a 5% dump. down to this trend line here. It's certainly possible. So I'll have to come up with another video on that. Thanks for asking your questions, brother. All right. Other astrologers are saying bull run till June, crash in July to September. Last quarter cryptos are going up, but only on November 10th will decrease by 30%. Only on November 10th. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty close to what I'm thinking. That is pretty close. Because, yeah, I am seeing very likely dumps in the summer for crypto. Tesla related, another company will pop as its competitor. Let's watch out for that because in 2030, gas prices will skyrocket to $8 a gallon, so people need to switch to electric cars. Certainly possible. How come the Earth never conjuncts planets? Oh, well, because we're sitting on the Earth. So we're sitting on the planet from the viewpoint that we're looking. So it's only other planets that align from the viewpoint that we're on this planet. There is other types of astrology where you view it from the sun, basically. I mean, you're not on the sun, but you calculate it from the sun. So then Earth can conjunct in those different types of astrologies. I haven't dove into that yet, though. On November 10th, Solana will decline by 1/3. Might be a good time to buy more. Okay, I don't know exactly where you're getting these predictions, but you could let us know. How is the oil market faring? I know that's climbing, perhaps because of Saturnian year. I don't know much about oil, but I could look more into that. BRICS will be more determined to crush USD, causing oil prices to go up probably. All right. Who knows? But yeah, I could look more into the oil. Haven't done that very often. All right, so we could see, sideways trading for this month until the daily exchange volume starts to go back up, similarly to what we saw after February 8th when this exchange volume started going back up there. All right, so whoever is interested in coming to Bali this year, this is the beautiful, beautiful place that I live for most of the year. This is a retreat for crypto strategy and mindset mastery. Just a quick announcement here, happening on September 7th, 2024. All right, guys. So we've already had 4 signups. These tickets are going fast. All right, you have 20 more days to get the current early bird rate. All right, I got another couple people emailing me right now. They're ready to put in their deposit. So we could potentially have 6 people already signed up. You definitely want to jump on this now before the early bird rates close. I might even close up this retreat for potentially only 8 people. So those spots could be going very, very fast. All right. Because if we have 2 people sign up this month, I've already got those people interested. Then there's only 2 more spots after that. And those could even go this month. I mean, these are going fast like hotcakes. All right, you're going to also get all of these incredible bonuses listed here. You're also going to get, if you sign up this month, I got to change this date, but that should say March, end of March. You'll also get a one-on-one session with me, guys. All right, I'm going to look at your personal astrology chart and also the Bitcoin astrology month by month for the rest of this year, and then teach you what potentially, opportunities are there for you based specifically on your astrology and specifically even on your personal astrology related to your crypto portfolio, guys. This is incredible. I don't know anyone that's doing this, this specific way that I'm looking at it. All right, so here are the payment options. You guys can take a look at this page. Also, it talks about how my predictions have been 90% accurate. I'm proving that. Take a look at my past videos to show proof of that. And additionally, if you scroll down to the bottom of this page here around the FAQ, you should get a pop-up, and there will be a one-time only incredible full payment option, which is less than $2K for the entire retreat experience, including all the bonuses. So if you want to jump on that, do it now. If you want to make sure you get a spot at this retreat before spots run out, do it now. All right, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Let's see, Solana is still holding up at 169. Solana is pretty weak, being below 180. So I'll keep an eye on that, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to check the comments here. All right, we're about finished. Okay, one last quick comment. It would be interesting to look at the astrology around the U.S. election and if we could potentially peak in 2024 instead of 2025. Yeah, I mean, typically after the U.S. election, if all goes well, typically there is a pump in the markets. And honestly, I think that pump could head into 2025. That's what I'm thinking, and there's many reasons for that. You can take a look at my previous videos. If it does peak out at the end of 2024, that would be very surprising. I'll say that. But yeah, perhaps I could look at this astrology closer to that election. The good news is after the election, Bitcoin gets some very good astrology. So that's another reason why I'm thinking we could get a full stock market pump as well as a crypto, like Bitcoin and crypto pump. That's just what I'm thinking. But stay tuned, guys, for more videos coming out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.